All right, let's learn how to create an evaluation on Evallo really quickly. Step number one, after you've signed in, is to click on the Create New Evaluation button and give your evaluation a name and description. I'm going to give my evaluation name, Your Personalized Health Report. And now let's put in our description. There are two purposes for this description, and I mentioned it both down here. The first is that the description will be shown to your audiences on the landing page of your evaluation. And number two, and this is new, the description will be used by our AI to help you generate better questions and category feedback. Now you can add the category description even after you've created the evaluation, but let's just go ahead and add our description and hit the create button. Now we'll be taken inside our evaluation and you can see that a category has already been created for us. And that is because every question in an evaluation must be within a category. And that is because the feedback that the users get will be at the category level. So in our health evaluation example, I'm going to have 4 categories: sleep, stress, nutrition, and exercise. So let's just go and edit this uncategorized category and call it sleep and give it a description. Now, what is the edit category feedback section? This is what will be shown as feedback to your users when they score a low score, a medium score, or a high score. But before we update these values, let's create a few questions. And everything is auto-saved. So let's click on the close button. And now our category is ready. Now we can go ahead and add a question to this category, or we can ask AI to do that. But I strongly recommend that you add your questions because people are here to take an evaluation from you, the expert. So let's add a question here. How many hours of sleep do you get each night? Let's add a answer option, less than 5 hours, a second answer option, more than 7 hours, and a third answer option, more than 10 hours. But that's not all. You also need to set the points for these answers. And how do you set the points? Well, I mentioned it over here. Keep answer points between 1 and 4 for better results, with 1 for the least positive answer and 4 for the most positive answer. The goal is for your user to score more by choosing the more positive answers. So now let's look at what's the most positive answer here. Let's say more than 7 hours is the most positive answer. Since we have 3 answers, let's give this the highest point. So 3. Now let's look at, the worst option in this is probably less than 5 hours. So let's give this a 1 point. And then, this is somewhere in between. It's not the recommended amount of time that you should be sleeping. So let's give this 2. Now what happens is that Evallo does the calculation by itself. You don't have to do anything else. All you need to do is hit the add question button. Evallo will sum up, calculate, average all of the questions in your category to give your users a category-wise score. So let's hit add question and it will pop up on your screen. Now all you need to do this is repeat this for your different categories. You can see here I've created a category for stress, sleep, exercise, and nutrition, and I've added multiple questions inside these categories. Once you're done with that, you may notice that this button over here may show a yellow symbol. All you need to do is click on this button here and make sure your feedback for the low, medium, and high scores are updated. You can use AI, and when you do this, it's going to look at your category name, your category description, and the questions to give you a feedback that you can give when your users score either a low, medium, or high score. The next thing you can do is click on this button here called the call to action, where you can then say what you want your customers to do next. So after they take the evaluation, you can say, hey, if you want to book a free call with me, go ahead and do that. And finally, you have a section where you can look at the leads that you have collected. These are the lists of leads which I have collected. And if you go into any one of those leads, you can see the answers that they have given. And you can also see that for this question, the maximum points that they could have gotten was 4, but their answer was only a 1 point because they chose the answer which only had 1 point, but there was an answer in there with up to 4 points that they could have received. And you can see on top their category wise score. And if you click on the user results page, you will see the page that they saw as part of the results they got. You can see here that because they were a 45%, they've gotten the medium score feedback. So this is the feedback that you placed in your category feedback in the medium score box. Whereas here, because they were 31%, lesser than 1/3, they got the low score feedback. And this is a powerful way for leads to interact with you because they get feedback at the end of the day and you get lots of information about them. And finally, if they want to, they can take the next steps with you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, or you can join us on our private Discord group where we are talking more about evaluations and lead generation.